guys?
Me.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Probably TMI Podcast.
Oh my God.
With your hosts, Shelby and Mads.
Can you guys believe it? It's just us now.
It's just us two. If you guys didn't see on our Instagram, Charlotte has left the villa. She's been super busy with work. She hasn't been able to put her whole heart into the podcast. So she decided to step down, but we still love her and it's not going to be the same without her. We miss her already.
Yeah, definitely.
So now you're just going to see us two from now on.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on behind you. Like something's flying.
This is throwing a blanket and right when we started, but that's okay.
Great. Perfect. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be like sad not having her on the podcast because that's like been the dynamic this whole time, like the three of us. But yeah, like Matt said, she has been just very like absorbed in her other things. So it's just gonna be Mads and I's podcast now, and Charlotte obviously wants to come on as a guest here and there. So
yeah, you'll see her again.
Yeah, she's not dead.
No, yeah,
right,
she's still lively.
She's still living life.
Yeah.
So you guys still if you still want to watch just us two, then please continue to follow us along on our journey.
Yes.
Here.
So exciting things to come. We weren't able to film last week. I'm sure you guys also noticed. We weren't able to pick a time, and it was Shelby and I were getting sick. It was just kind of a weird week. So we just decided not to film because we couldn't. But now we're here to film 26. So technically it should be 27, but it's okay.
Oh, is this 20? This is going to be episode 26.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. I can't believe we made it like 26 episodes. Like,
I know we're going to be hitting our 1 year mark in a couple months.
I know. So, actually, that'll be really crazy.
Yeah.
What have we done? Like, what kind of milestones have we reached?
I don't remember. I kind of like after every episode, I kind of like forget it. I like black out. Like I forget what I say, so I just keep on going forward. I can't even remember what we've done. But it's been a lot of fun.
It's been fun, but it is so weird. Like when you're filming, like it's so much pressure on you for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1000%. So yeah, this is the new dynamic.
Yes.
Everybody strap in and
Hold
enjoy the new ride.
So this week, Shel and I are talking about some topic ideas, trying to think of some new fresh things, just, get the ball bouncing again. And this week, we wanted to talk about the whole dynamic of faking it until you make it, because especially at our age, I feel like we are faking it until we make it in a lot of different scenarios and situations just to get through life and have, self-confidence and all kinds of things. So we wanted to dedicate an episode on like scenarios that we've had to fake it till we make it, how to fake it till you make it, just all that kind of good stuff. So
yeah, I'm excited about this one because I feel like it's like a lot of people can relate to having to like put on a smile even though it's not genuine.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a real thing.
I'm obviously we've all heard of the term fake it till you make it. And actually I found a fact about the term fake it till you make it, and it was actually introduced by Aristotle.
Wow.
Isn't that
it's been around for a long ass time?
So the actual term itself, fake it till you make it, wasn't like obviously invented until like the 20th century, but Aristotle came up with the thing that if a person would act virtuous, then they would be virtuous, which is ideally fake it till you make it. So if you're acting, confident, powerful, then that's what you'll be, manifesting and doing, making your life how you want it to be by acting like that until you train your brain to believe it.
Right. Like even if you don't feel that way, like if you just kind of like be that persona, you can become who you want to be just by like,
exactly.
I think that's kind of like, yeah, I feel like that also helps build confidence too, because that's like my biggest thing
for sure
is I just feel so unconfident a lot of the time. I don't have like that boss bitch like vibe all the time.
Right.
And I feel like if you just kind of pretend and assert yourself in ways that you didn't think that you could, like you starts becoming more comfortable, like more of a comfortable thing for you.
Yeah. You can like, even like faking a smile, or just saying more positive things, even if you don't believe it at the moment, is it, it just automatically starts to create those feelings of happiness, and it like reduces stress while building confidence, like you were saying. So it's definitely something I'm sure we all use in our everyday life. So
yeah. I know that this last week I've had to fake it till I made it so hard.
Tell us about
I've had
your
to
week.
fake it hard as fuck. So I've had like a little bit of a crazy week, like 1,000%, actually crazy 2 weeks. And I was so excited to get on here and talk about this because, boy.
Oh my gosh, yeah, she was texting the group chat. She was like, I'm so like I have something to share because we were talking about topics and how we're gonna do things. Oh my gosh, she's like, I have a story. I'm not gonna tell you. Just leave it till the podcast. And I was like, I've been on my toes waiting to hear it. So
okay, so this kind of like goes into fake it till you make it a little bit. But basically, I went to pay rent for the first time. Beginning of the month, you have to pay rent like first of the month. So February 1st.
Yuck.
I'm on my apartment's website, going in, like figuring out how to make the payment, you know? And so, you know how like you're just doubting yourself, like when you're going to make like a big payment, you're like, is everything correct? Like, is everything on the screen? Right.
Yeah.
Basically, I doubted myself. So I pressed the back button.
Oh no.
And that's going to be important later. I pressed the back button and I was like maybe I should wait for my roommate to help me like make like further this payment. She was going to be gone all day. So I just had to do it. I put my fucking boss britches on and I was like, okay, I'm just going to submit the payment. Lo and behold, I paid my rent twice.
No, you didn't. How did they even let you do that? How did they even let you, like, how does the computer let you do that?
So basically, for some reason, it says like in a box, it says like, put the amount that you want to pay towards your rent. And I did. It was like a payment of $773, whatever. And so I put that in. And then apparently, if you put that in the box, like, because my roommate had already paid her half online, so it was my time to make my payment online. If you like put in a box, like right in the box how much you want to pay, it's gonna double what you already owe. And I'm like, that's the stupidest bullshit I've ever heard of. So basically, I was like $1,500 in the hole, took it right out of my checking account. I was in the negatives because obviously I don't have $1,500 in my checking account.
Oh my God.
So I was freaking the absolute fuck out. And I'm calling my mom. I'm like distraught. And then, you know, it was late. So it's not like I could call the bank and tell them to like stop the process.
Right.
So anyway, next day comes around. I'm at work. I have so much on my mind. Like being at work with so much on your mind, fake it till you make it. You know, I was just trying to like have the mantra, like, okay, I'm in a very shit situation, but I can't change it right now. Like there's nothing that I can do at this moment to make anything better. So I just have to like put on a brave face, just keep going. And so I did at work. I was losing my mind. Like obviously, you know, like imagine having that, like that issue. Because for me, I'm like, I need to call the bank, tell them to stop the payment. I need to call my apartment complex, tell them it was a mistake, set up a meeting. And so
that's so
long
stressful.
story short, nothing ended up happening because like it was some bullshit with like if you go over in your checking account, if you're negative, you have an overdraft protection thing.
Yeah.
So mine was, my overdraft protection was like $700.
Right, because the amount was so high.
Right. Yeah. So like I'm safe in my checking. Like they won't penalize me if I'm like 700 and it was like $750 or whatever. I was negative only $20 over.
Okay.
For that protection thing. And so I was talking to the bank. I'm like, am I going to get penalized for this? Like, this was a mistake. And they were like, like you shouldn't, if you do, like, you can call us and like, you know, we'll help you. You've been like with Bank of America since 2015. Like we have your back.
She's an OG customer.
Yeah. I've been with Bank of America. Yeah. So then they would have canceled the payment, the $1,500 that was taken out of my checking. They would have canceled it, but I got paid that next day. So then I was positive in my checking and then the payment went through. They're like, oh, well, you're not negative anymore. So, you know, I paid rent twice, but now I have a $700 credit that I can just use towards next month's rent. So I basically just made like a down payment on my next rent.
on March's or February's rent.
Yeah. And I can't afford that shit. Literally drained my savings. I was like, this is the worst thing ever. But I was just like, okay, well, you know what? That's my mistake. And there's no use like crying about it. And I didn't even cry. I didn't cry.
Wow. I would have cried the whole day.
I didn't cry at all. Well, because, you know, I was genuinely thinking like, there's nothing I can do about this.
Mm-hmm.
Go to work, do what you have to do, be a big girl, and just
Put your big girl panties on.
Put your big girl panties on, take it to the chin, move on. That's what I did. So that happened. Mm-hmm. And then literally a few days later, I start feeling an itch in my throat.
Oh, girl.
And I'm like, oh my God, no way. And then a few hours go by and my body is aching, like the worst body aches I've ever had in my life. And I'm just like, on a Thursday night, I have work off the next day. Thank God. I'm like, I refuse to accept this. I've had a long week. I want to have a drink. Yeah. And so I'm like, you know, drinking a little bit.
You're like ignoring the body aches, like they're not happening.
I wasn't coming to terms with how obviously sick, like ill I was getting. Yeah. And so like I flew up that same night because my body just wasn't ready. Friday, wake up, full-fledged sickness, just flooding my body, just like the worst. And so yeah, I got a sore throat and body aches. I was in my bed for quite literally like 4 days in a row, just sleeping. It was nice. I had that moment of, because I was watching Love Island. I was into this like season 4, Love Island, Australia. I was living my best life. Yeah. I could sit in bed forever. That's what I've learned over the past few days. So yeah, the body aches and the sore throat went away. And then like, I just get this insane sinus pressure. And now a week and some change later, it's the 12th now. Mm-hmm. And my sinus pressure, my face was so intense that like my jaw up here is like pulsating. And that is putting like sending nerve signals down to each one of my teeth back here. And they're throbbing. Like my teeth and my jaw are throbbing. Oh my God. Because of how intense the sinus pressure was. And then you guys, I was like realizing I had like a lot of eyeball discharge. And like, you know, when you open your eyes and there's like that film over it, you're like, what the fuck?
And you're like, so I'm like trying to like blink it open.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So I'm like clawing at my eyes. And then the next day I wake up, my eyes are encrusted shut. I can't even open my eyes. I have to go to the bathroom. It's like 4 a.m. I have work at like 7. I'm like getting wet cotton pads, just trying to open my fucking eyeballs. And I Googled it. Of course. And apparently your eyeballs can get sick from your cold. Yeah. So I got conjunctivitis in both of my eyes.
I just got the suds last week.
So I literally, like, my face just hurts. Like my eyes are fucking like pussy and like my jaw hurts and like I have like this cough, but luckily I'm feeling a lot better. I woke up this morning. My eyes have been fine. Thank God. But bitch, I have been faking icks. I've had to be at work all last week, like not feeling good at all.
Someone's got to pay rent.
Someone's got to pay these bills.
Twice.
Yeah. And so I've just been on NyQuil and then Advil cold and sinus during the day. Yeah. Yeah. But let me tell you, the past 2 weeks have been like really, really trying my spiritual, like beyond like mind, body, and spirit levels. So
I could tell too. Like I knew you weren't feeling too well, but like you weren't very active on social media. Like you weren't like really on your phone. I was like, oh, a little, you know, you're there. You're like, I mean, you have, you know, Sierra, your roommate, and you have some family there, but like, still, it's not the same as like, you know, have your mom and your dog to cuddle with, and like,
I know
going through
it's
it.
So tough. Yeah. It's so tough. I was calling my mom. She's like, you would have been better by now if you were at home. I'm like,
she's like, I would have given you some like essential oils and like
probably
prayed over you, and you would have been
good. No, but I was like, because Sierra had laryngitis.
Yeah, I was scared that's what you were getting.
I know. I was scared too. I was like, girl, I cannot get this. But she got over it. No, she got over it. And I didn't get sick from her. I think I got sick from work, but everybody in Arizona is getting sick right now.
Same.
Yeah. It's
in
like,
New York.
In New York.
That doesn't even matter anymore.
It's flu season.
Yeah. It's the pollen's high. The pollen count's high here too.
So. Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially over there. But yeah, I was telling my mom, I'm like, what I got is what the common cold wishes it was. Like the cold wishes it would smack you that hard in the ass.
Yeah.
But it normally doesn't hit this hard. So I was like,
well, hopefully maybe because you're in like a different climate, like a different state, you had it really bad. So hopefully if you get sick again, you have this immunity built up, so it won't be as bad.
Yeah, I think so. And because Arizona's so dry, my eyeballs are already dry. I have like this discharge and my eyes were like red. Like I looked like I took a fatty puff out of the world's largest something. And I went to work and my eyes are red and I'm like, they're going to think I'm high.
Did you get like drops or anything?
No. And that's because I was going to get like Visine or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I saw on TikTok that company is like being sued for having like thousands of harmful bacteria in it.
Oh God.
So I didn't even bother. I'm like, I'm just going to let my body.
Vince uses those eye drops all the time because he has floaters. So, okay. I'll have to let him know that information. That's interesting. Well, wow. You went through the ringer this last week.
I did. But you know what? I kept my spirits high because you have to just like accept the situation. Like anything that life throws at you. I'm realizing this now, as you get older, if you can't change it, like there's no reason being pissy about it or like wallowing in self-pity. Like there were a few times. Sorry. Have to have a burp in there. But yeah, there were a few times where I was like, woe is me, like of course I get the Black Plague, fucking rat poisoning right when I move out here. Like, but I was like, you know what? Better days are ahead. Like this is just a week that I'm just gonna have to take the pain and the suffering and the agony.
Definitely.
So yeah, here we are now. I was even skeptical about like putting mascara on today.
Oh,
because I was like my conjunctivitis.
Right. Oh,
so
well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you so much. How have you been? Like, how have things been going on in your neck of the woods?
Pretty good. I can't compare my little sickies to yours because yours sounds atrocious, but
yeah.
So I've been in the classroom, obviously. I've been subbing a lot lately. And I had a few months off after I graduated. I like had all of December off, all of January off. So I kind of lost my kitties, immunity when, because when you watch kids, you get sick. Like there's no like ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like there's no way around the bush. It's like, you're getting sick, you have to deal with it. So of course, Wednesday night, it starts trickling in. I'm getting a headache. Wake up Thursday, got the little thing in my throat. I'm like,
you're like, fuck.
And it's like, I already committed to obviously work. Like I can't, like when you're subbing and you pick up a day, it's not really like, you can't like, it's not like refundable. Like you are the sub. There's no sub for the sub. So
you have to come in.
I had to fake it till I made it. So I mean, it was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like on my deathbed or anything, but I definitely just wasn't feeling as energized, which I've been subbing first grade all week. So you need energy for them.
Oh my God. I can only imagine that. Yeah. That's pain on another level.
Yeah. So I've just been like pushing through, like it's sad that their teacher, the one that's out, she was in the hospital for, she had like infected glands. So
infected glands.
Yeah. Like I subbed for her Tuesday and then that's when she went to the hospital. And then they're like, can you come like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Like I already had a sub thing for Wednesday. So I went back Thursday, Friday because they're like, oh, she's in the hospital. I was like, oh my God, yeah, of course. So on Friday, a couple days ago, they were like, she's going to be on bed rest. Like, are you available next week? And being the person that doesn't like to say no to people and like feeling bad, I was like, yeah, sure. So I'm
even though you felt like shit.
Yeah, I was not feeling good. I was really hoping to take Monday off tomorrow, because I knew I wasn't feeling the best and I needed extra rest, and especially just because, tonight's Super Bowl. So I was like, oh, I'll just take Monday off. I'll rest. I'll refresh. But then they're like, can you please, like, are you available Monday through Friday next week? Like, she's going to need bed rest for a week. And I'm like, yeah, sure. So, I mean, I want to do it because I feel bad and the kids are sweet and it's not like it's a great school, but I've really had to like push through to like be the person that they can rely on. So
yeah. Oh my God. 1,000%. 1,000%.
So, but other than that, I'm fine. Like, it was just like sinusy and chest tight chest.
Chest tightness. Yeah.
It's been windy outside, so everything's being blown around. So it's just gross, but we're okay.
Do you feel like it's like overcome your body?
Not necessarily. Maybe sometimes like late at night because it's really bad at night. Like,
oh, really?
I'm like, yeah, I'm like not doing well. Like my throat hurts and like my brain hurts. Like during the day I'm fine, and I've been taking like allergy medicine and my vitamins and drinking a shit ton of water. So it's not
Yeah.
terrible. It's not like body aching like I got run over by a truck like you.
Okay,
But
right.
it's
Okay.
definitely been like trying on my energy, and like being a teacher and not having that full energy every single day is really tough, and it drags. But because like you want to get home and rest, and then you have to wake up and do it again and use even more energy, so you feel like you can't really catch up with the energy that you need.
That's
how I
true.
felt. But I'm faking it till I make it.
Wow.
I got paid for the first time on Friday. That I've gotten
How
paid
was that?
So great.
Oh
I haven't
my
gotten
God.
paid in 5 months. So like seeing some like income come into my checking account the other day, I was like, God bless. I paid some of my credit card off. I was like, all right, I'm not like in the dumpster anymore.
Yeah.
So
I
nice.
bet that was such a good feeling for you. Like getting paid is such a euphoric feeling, just
Definitely.
in general.
And just when I was feeling shitty, it like felt extra good. It like pushed me through my Friday, and I was like, I got this. We got this.
Yeah.
Stay
so
positive.
How do you feel now?
I feel good.
Like okay?
I feel like
Good.
I'm like, it's a little, you know what I'm saying? I feel down there. And like if I start laughing too hard, I start coughing. It's like that kind of thing. It's like the annoying, you know what I mean? And then I wake up kind of disgusting because like the fans and stuff. But like during the day, I'm like fine. I'm fine.
Yeah. It's like you kind of just like wish it would turn into a cold so you could kick it out. You know what I mean?
I'm like, there's no, it's like annoying. It's just annoying at this point.
That like reminds me of like when you go like because the top of your mouth is itchy and you like
I literally have been like itching my throat with my tongue.
Yes. No, I know exactly what you mean. Like you literally like
and right when I like started to feel that, and I'm like, yep, this is it.
Oh God, actually that's like the worst.
You like tense up.
That
You're like
sucks.
You tense this up so you can get that itch back there.
And then you feel like the mucus like draining down your throat.
Do you ever wake up in the morning and like your mouth is so disgusting? Like sometimes I'll put my thumb on like the roof of my mouth after a night's sleep, and it's like it's like milky gucky.
No, I've never had that.
That's how I get
a doctor.
When my allergies kick in and I'm like, you know, a little cold and flu time, like I'll like put my thumb at the roof of my mouth, and it's like you know, like milky gucky. Yeah.
Oh my God, y'all, do y'all ever get that?
It's like instead of my throat, it's my mouth. I don't know. It's weird.
Okay, you probably just like really like mucus that little chamber up.
I'm also just talking like all day long, so
that's true. Sore throats really make you question, like really make you like question existence and like value feeling well, like so much. You're like, I just want to go back to normal.
Sore throats and headaches are like the devil's work.
Yeah, that and body aches.
Oh,
it hurt. My body aches were so bad it hurt to pee. Do you know what I mean? Like when you get like
when
any
I had the C word, I remember those being really bad. The body aches.
Wait,
when
what?
When I had COVID.
Oh yeah.
I like couldn't get out of the bathtub. Like I would take hot baths and I couldn't even get out of the bathtub because my body physically could not move. It was so achy.
Yeah, I literally sat down to piss, and I'm like, this is so painful. I can't do this.
You poor baby. Okay, so enough about our hard ass weeks last week. Let's dive into another segment of the episode. I'm sure you guys have seen on TikTok this whole lucky girl syndrome. Have you seen it, Shel?
Yes, I've seen a lot of videos about lucky girl syndrome.
It's basic.
It pisses me off.
Why does it piss you off?
Because I feel like I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want to like welcome this for me, but I feel like I don't have good luck a lot.
You don't. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, it's not like you're lying. Okay. It's true. Shel doesn't have very good luck.
I don't have good luck, and like but I think that me saying that is me kind of welcoming that. But I don't. Right. I personally recently think I do have good luck because a lot of things in my life have changed and my mindset's changed. But that's why it pisses me off so much, because these people will be like, I just decided to like start doing positive affirmations in the morning and now I make $100K a year.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah. It's definitely like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do that?
Yeah, but exactly.
Yeah. It's basically, it's just like, manifesting and you're speaking things that are currently happening that are not happening in your life to enforce them to happen. I was like, I'm so successful, I'm making money, I'm, in the best shape I've ever been. Like you're just like really putting it out to get it towards you, and you're like genuinely believing that it's happening. And then apparently it's supposed to like change your life. But it's kind of like it's like fake it till you make it, but it's a little bit more dramatic and a little bit more like
right. Well, I've seen because people will be like, you can't like try and manifest something that's like so far out of reach. Like you need to be like realistic. Like more realistic in something that is like within your bounds. Like, oh, I'm gonna get a raise, and you have to start. You can't like manifesting like I'm gonna have a yacht.
Right.
Well, actually, I don't know. Where does it become too much, and where is it realistic? You know what I mean? Because it's manifestation. Like you're just trying to.
Right. And I agree. I feel like, I like the idea of manifesting and like putting, positive affirmations into the world to receive them. But some people in this world are so incredibly lucky and have many things just magically happening in their life where they really, and then they're like, oh, it's because I have lucky girl syndrome. I'm like, no, it's not. It's because for some reason you're just in the right place at the right time.
I think it's just people with rich parents, in my opinion, because like you see these people, like I'm just going to say like actors or actresses, like these young kids have such great opportunities, and you're like, oh my God, like that's so awesome. They nailed the tryouts, whatever. And it's like, oh, well, their dad's a producer and works with like CBS or some shit. So it's like connections are also everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, lucky girl syndrome. I mean, it's something we all want. Lucky boy, lucky girl syndrome. Like we all want it. Let me ask you, why do you think that I have bad luck? Because you always said this. She's always said I have bad luck.
I just feel like
I'm wondering why.
I feel like the most like outrageous situations that happen to you. Like I don't like, you'll just tell this story and I'm like, why has like the only person that I would expect to hear that from is Shelby. I don't know. It's just like I can't like I don't have a starting point. I just feel like over the 8 years that I've known you, it's like every crazy situation that would happen happens to you.
Like okay. I can definitely see that with like me being stuck in the airport. I feel like that was like I feel like that's so unlucky.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's
maybe
not
it's
like
like
they're all bad things. It's just like it's just
crazy stuff.
The universe just loves to like have you as a target sometimes, good and bad.
I mean, I don't want to say I agree, but I do. But a lot of that I feel like has happened to me because of like failed relationships. Like I've put myself in bad relationships as well. That's where I have crazy stories from, because it's been with people that have put me in really crazy situations.
Right. Yeah.
As well. Like leaving Las Vegas by myself.
Yeah.
Things like that. 1,000%. Yeah. I can see where I can see that.
Shelby's a great storyteller. We love it. But like realism storytelling.
Yeah. Like real stuff. Well, there's this TikTok that I've seen, and like, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like that one friend that you FaceTime that's always doing some crazy shit.
Yes.
They're like, hey girl, I'm in the hospital right now with shingles.
Yeah,
what's up? Like, hey girl, I'm being robbed right now. What's going on?
Literally. Your life is exciting like that. It's not as boring as some people.
Right. But no, I don't know. I think I feel like the transition happening for me though, where I've come into a good spot, a good pocket of luck. So
yeah. Luck is good. Luck is great. We love it.
Yeah, everybody in this circle, everybody in our circle, everybody listening right now is bound to have heaps of luck, because that's just how it is. You're going to be lucky.
And if you don't have so good luck, I'm going to talk about some ways that you can obtain lucky girl syndrome. How was that transition?
Let's hear it.
Did you like
that? That was good. That was
okay.
Good.
So I got these from the web. All right.
The web.
The web. So
I got this from www.
Exactly. www. So portray yourself like the person you always wanted to become. Easy, think about your goals and, make it work. Bringing yourself out of your comfort zone in order to achieve your targets.
Yeah, like the confidence thing we were talking about earlier. True.
Adopt a behavior which will lead you towards a better and richer future. So make a subtle change. See if it helps you financially, if it helps you, your future.
Wake up early.
Yeah. Challenging yourself to perform a task which you are not good at. Challenging yourself. That also builds confidence. And motivating ourselves to act in a different manner to meet our desired goals. So basically changing your whole entire existence to get things that you want in life.
Yeah, that's just like that all of that's basically like just chase what you want.
Yeah, it really is just, don't be lazy, do what you wanted. Like if you're going to be successful, you're the only person to make that happen. But I think they're just taking this and they're putting it into like a little like girl syndrome manifesting thing. But like it's always a thing. Like just reach for what you want in life, and if you have the willpower, you will get it. You will do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they have that great quote. You'll face 1,000 no's before you get one yes, but that yes could be like life-changing.
Yeah, definitely.
When you think about like what?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, when you think about like what was that first prompt? It said
portray yourself like the person you always wanted to become.
Who is that for you? Like,
I don't see, when I think about that, I'm not really like targeting a specific person. I'm more so just like creating that perfect air quote, in my head. Not so necessarily being inspired by someone else, but more so having different characteristics and goals and building my own like perfect persona of myself, I guess. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, that does.
Okay. How about you?
That's good. Good for you.
Oh.
I picture myself with a fucking Louis bag walking down like cement, like some sort of like busy, bustling like area. I've got my bag. I got my high heels on. It's a Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's a Tuesday at 10:30 in the morning and I have heels on. I'm walking. I'm my own boss.
Yeah. Successful.
People respect me. That's what I will be like.
Yes.
With like dress pants.
Exactly.
And a blazer.
Yes. And your hair in a slicked back bun.
That's the epitome of success right there.
There you go.
Back bun and dress pants.
There you have it. So I know you were talking about how you've had some sticky situations happening, which is like force you to fake it till you make it. Are there any like little things maybe about your like personality that you struggle with maybe like regularly that you have to work through and push through every day?
Oh my God, what a great question.
Because I have a couple too, so I was like, let's talk about them.
Totally. I feel like they say that like you really don't know who you are. Like you never really find out who you are as a person. Right. And that's been a struggle for me. Is like, what kind of person am I? Like, do I accept how I feel in situations and just be comfortable not being as outgoing? Or do I push myself and be more outgoing in the situations that I would prefer to be outgoing in? So like, for example, at work, my first day at work, when I moved here, I had this vision of like the energy I wanted to give off and be, but I went in there because it's new faces, new people. So I think like my personality of like my confidence, I don't like, I trust myself that my personality will show over time. Because, I get comfortable like relatively fast, but like the confidence out the gate, like if somebody intimidates me, it like changes how I act towards them. It makes me feel like the dog on their belly, like letting the bigger dog sniff their wiener.
Yeah, like that's vulnerable.
I feel vulnerable with people who intimidate me, and I don't want that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just like confidence, like overall confidence. Like I don't feel as confident as I did, or like more sure of myself. Like I've lost that a little bit.
Gotcha.
As the years have gone on.
Right. But you act in a way as like if someone were to look at you, they wouldn't think that that's what you're going through, because you're, putting that, you're trying to like put yourself out there and like be that confident person. That's you faking it till you make it.
Yeah, exactly. So like I'll kind of like push myself to be more outgoing, like who I'd want to be in that moment, kind of fake it, like even though I'm uncomfortable saying something, I'll say it anyway, because I'm just trying to be funny, because that's like how I try and be with people, is just like kind of silly. Yeah. So I'll kind of force myself to come out of my shell. And then, over time that helps.
Definitely.
So what about you?
I have a couple.
What are yours?
I mean, anxiety. I know it's something that we both struggle with a lot of the time. I mean, I was talking to my partner recently, and I was just I was telling him that like I feel like my anxiety has been, I mean, pretty good, as in like not good as in like a lot, as in the other side, like I haven't struggled too deeply, but like obviously I still have my times, and I've just really had to push through that, especially like with my job. And I'm especially just going to, I keep on saying especially, take a shot every time I say especially, but going from school to school, it's like I'm meeting so many new people. I'm in charge of, children. It's stressful. So I guess I would say like stressful, and, anxiety has been something that I constantly push through. But
anxiety, totally.
Yeah, but that's my choice. And I just feel like, that exposure therapy and like just dealing with the problem head on has really helped me.
You've done that a lot, for sure.
I mean, there's no other way. I can't dwell on it because it really beats me down when I do.
Mm-hmm.
But also body positivity is a big one for me too. I'm always trying to like love the body that I'm in, but realistically, I'm like crumbling inside constantly because I'm never looking the way that I want to. But I really, like on the outside, I try to tell myself that I'm so beautiful, and affirmations that we were just talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
First year teaching, like I was saying, like in the classroom, that's scary, and that's like my biggest faking it till you make it, because also being like a type A perfectionist and being like a first year teacher, it's really hard because I want things to go like such a specific way. And it's so hard to do that when you like don't know everything, because they don't teach you everything in college. I'm still learning like what I'm doing. So that's definitely like one of my biggest ones, is like being a first year teacher, being type A, wanting to be in control of everything, but like I don't know what those things are. So I'm still like trying to work through that. But I show up every day. I have a smile on my face. The kids eat lunch, they get home safely. Like that's the only thing that matters, So those are my biggest things that I have to fake till I make it, because it's just it's tough out there,
Well, because you can't lash out on things that make you uncomfortable.
Yeah,
like in the classroom, like things that like kind of make you, oh, I don't like it this way, but you have to handle it in a certain way, and you have to be like in that moment.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely it's in being by myself now and not having like my mentor like in the back office. It's definitely a lot more. Everything's up to me.
You have to think about how you want to like present yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And like if you can imagine like somebody in an alternate universe like living the life you want, like start trying to act like that person,
right?
Because it exists. Like go in the classroom and like be the best teacher that you can be, even if you don't feel like you are. Like just every day you're going to get a little bit better at it,
And you have to do it. I have to do it for the kids. Like, they're the whole reason that I'm there. I'm the whole reason they're there. So it's like, that helps, I'm there for a reason, and I do my job the best I can, and that's all I can do.
Yeah, exactly. For me, like my job, at Starbucks, I really couldn't give less of a fuck. But like, it's the like how you handle a situation.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's how you. Sorry, I can't like stop yawning. I'm just so fatigued.
It's okay, girl. It's
coming off being sick. It's not easy.
I know it's tough. I know.
Being sick isn't easy. But anyway, and you know what? I don't think like I thought
I
was like, once I move, like this is something that's so scary to me. I'm like I moved across the country for my first move. I knew that I wanted, even though like the other half of me was like, I'm not ready for this. Like I'm still like a child.
Mm-hmm.
I just made that move and like, put on that brave face and did what I have to do.
Because nobody's going to do it except for yourself. So
exactly. So we're all lucky. Sorry guys, if my internet is like bad, just don't mind me.
Yeah, it's a little skippy. Okay. Don't be mad at us. It's fine. We're filming from 2,000 miles away. You can't be that mad at us.
Yeah, don't.
But while we were talking, we realized that this is coming out on Valentine's Day, the 14th, Tuesday. So happy Valentine's Day, our little love baby birds.
For all of us single baddies, I'm with you. Love yourself, be yourself, treat yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
But yeah, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Hope it's a good one. Yes. Don't post pictures on Instagram. Thank you.
let's be kind. And we'll be saving both actually our TMIs and the wheel of TMI Hot Wheel to next week. We'll pick that back up next week. But again, happy Valentine's Day. Keep faking it till you make it, queens and kings. We love you. You're doing great.
Great job, guys.
Great job. But I think we're going to wrap it up here. Great combo. Thanks again for tuning in. Shel, you got anything to say, baby? You're good now, baby.
Love you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys got some advice from us and feel the same way.
Yeah.
And if you have mucus on the top of your mouth when you're sick, let us know. I need to know.
I need to know too. It's
normal.
Yeah. Let's figure it out. All right. We'll see you next week. See you on our socials. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at Probably TMI Podcast. And we love you.
Love you guys.
See you next week. Bye, guys.